And it looks like Discovery with some bankruptcy rumors out, or Warner Brothers Discovery with some bankruptcy rumors out there, and having just done a merger a few years ago, it looks like they're already trying to make moves to try to survive. Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Global in merger talks.
Oh, boy.
That idea is terrible.
Two companies that are both struggling in streaming and stuff like that as well, that might out of necessity try to band together. And, when these mergers happen, you end up seeing a lot of layoffs, see a lot of cost cutting. You see a lot of tax write-offs and stuff like that.
I'm not leaving.
That might be their strategy going forward. Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Global have held talks about a potential merger of the two media companies, Variety has confirmed. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav met with Paramount Global CEO in a lunch meeting Tuesday where they discussed a possible merger. Reps declined to comment. Let's see. As of the end of quarter three, Paramount reported long-term debt of $15 billion, considerably less than Warner Brothers, whose debt is at $43 billion.
Patrick, that's a terrible idea.
But in terms of market cap, Warner Brothers Discovery has a market cap of $28 billion. Paramount only has $10 billion. So obviously, you could look at potentially combining their streaming services. You get a lot of different IPs from Paramount that Paramount has. To me, it's something that they're doing out of desperation to both try to survive in this changed Hollywood environment.
How did Warner Brothers end up in this position?
Hi, I'm Zack Snyder.
I don't understand how they've ended up in this position, because they have been a massive studio for so long, and they've made that, like, they've been at the top of the box office for as long as I can remember over the years. Obviously, the last few years have been pretty rough for them.
I did that to myself, unfortunately.
But I don't know how they've ended up in this position. Do we know the details as to how they've ended up in such debt? Has it been
it's been this way for for a long fucking time. When they AT&T parted ways with them because of their debt, that's when they merged with Discovery. What was that, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. And not that long ago, maybe 3, and maybe it just got cleared a year or two ago. But I don't know exactly what the case was, but they have a lot of debt, and they have paid down some of it, over the last couple of years, but not nearly enough. And then when you have, the box office success of Barbie can't counteract the box office disasters of The Flash, all the DC stuff that's flopped for them lately.
Batman's a fascist.
Pretty much it.
I don't know, man. I mean, it feels like Warner Brothers is going to get bought by somebody.
But you got to scoop $50 billion in debt.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it just like anything else in life. Like, if you're actually looking at the long-term benefits of it, you have the properties of some of those iconic characters of all time with that. Like, you're going to be able, if you have that right vision, you're owning Batman and Superman. You know what I mean? And I know that's not just isolated. There's so much more that comes along with it. But again, it's like we always talk about. These are layups. These are easy things to do if you have the right people in place. You can make a ton of money. Batman and Superman are characters and brands that will last well beyond when we're gone. These are characters that are going to matter for longer than any of us are going to be alive. If you do them the right way, they're always going to be culturally relevant. They're always going to be out there. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more that goes along with it, but you have to look at the long-term benefits of that. Does Harry Potter, do they own that? So they have the film rights to Harry Potter. Yeah. Right. Lord of the Rings, they have the film rights to Lord of the Rings still.
I don't know. They do put some of this stuff. They do. Yeah. The Warner Brothers stable includes DC Extended Universe films, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings movie franchises.
Dude, so I mean, so you have access to this type of stuff, man. I'm telling you, somebody with a vision could buy this up. A group of people could buy this up, and this could be a massive success, long-term, 10-year, plan. That's what a lot of these investors do. They buy things up that are struggling, that have debt, and they have like a 10-year plan to maximize that. You could 1000% do that. Harry Potter's always going to be relevant. Lord of the Rings always going to be relevant. And obviously your DC heroes, along with all the other stuff that Warner Brothers has. It's a massive, massive opportunity for somebody. So I feel like that's going to happen.
That happened a couple of years ago, right? Like that happened for AT&T. Like AT&T bought them in I don't know, 10 years ago or something, for a shit ton of fucking money. And a couple years later, they bounced out of that deal. Warner Brothers merges with Discovery instead. AT&T sold them off, basically.
It's weird to me that they're still in this position, and with all of the opportunities that they have. Why wouldn't you? What's the plan with Harry Potter? Aren't they rebooting the Harry Potter with like a TV show now?
They're doing one on streaming. Yeah, they're gonna do like 7 seasons or whatever.
Interesting. But yes, with this, I mean, I don't think this is going to fix you got 2 failing brands merging together to fail even more.
It's too insane.
I don't see how this is going to be beneficial right now. But yeah, it's, I guess just keep doing what you're doing, Warner Brothers. It's working great, I guess, for you. This whole situation with Hollywood and these studios and all the money they have coming in. For years and years and years, whether it was Disney, whether it was Warner Brothers, we kept hearing people that would defend these decisions, just be like, well, these movies made X amount of money. They're doing great.
Cool. I love nerds, so it's cool.
No, they're not. And Warner Brothers could be a cautionary tale of what could be happening with Disney in the next 5 to 10 years if they continue on the path that they're on. It's hard to believe that Disney could be in this position, but it's also hard to believe that Warner Brothers continues to stay in this position. So I guess we will see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if government authorities let it happen.
Maybe Ripple will buy it.
He's gonna have to sell a lot more ISOM. Yeah.
Oh man, but what a story. A failing company merging with another failing company in order to find success. Bold move right there.